So, some inevitable confessions before we begin. I used to watch a lot of the Young Turks a few years ago with Senk and some of his co hosts. I don't remember Hasan. Honestly, was he on the Young Turks a lot? At least the ones I watched. I don't remember him. But apparently, Senk and him are related. That's his nephew. And it is a little corrupt how he became so popular using the Young Turk brand. But I don't really follow Hasan, don't really know or care about his politics. I just know that EFAP and Mahler hate him, so I like him because of that, to be honest. So, because usually their politics are pretty grotesque. So Hasan is getting a lot of flack for his comments on the Ukraine and Russia. And we'll deal with that in its due time, properly speaking. Because some of the things he was saying, frankly, were brutal, but not untrue. People may not like it, but he was actually being factually correct. Could have been nicer, but didn't really say anything untrue. But of course, some people were clipping him and misrepresenting him, saying, "Oh my God, you hate the white man so much. You hate America so much. Can't you feel pity for these poor Ukrainian people?" And so a lot of these right-wing maniacs who don't know anything about Russia, Russian history, or the Ukraine are coming out the woodwork to denounce the evil Arab communist socialist whatever Hasan Piker. Biggest of these right-wing maniacs is Yellowflash, who likes to insert right-wing politics into almost every pop culture discussion possible. But I will give him this, he's a little bit more moderate than even Nerdrotic or Geeks and Gamers. And of course he's weighing in on Russia and Ukraine, but there's a little bit of a twist. So we're going to hear him, as usual, denounce some liberal left-wing person or whatever, and grandstand, but then we're going to get to the good stuff.
Push for the division of the people of the United States. And that's exactly what happened. We got more divided. And we're even more divided now because it's just carried over into Biden, and it's even worse now. It's going to get worse. But yeah, let's have a war. Let's go to war with Russia and see countless numbers of people die just to keep Trump out of office. What a big brain take. This is the Funimation English voice actor alumni right here. Actually, I don't think she's done anything for Funimation. Let me take that back. But nonetheless, she's still an English voice actor. And this is what you get. Very few of them are okay. The majority of them are people like this. So, funny stuff. Well, actually not. It's kind of horrible, but, even in times like this, Funimation or English voice actors find a way to come off as crazy.
It seems like Yellowflash is stating the obvious. A lot of innocent civilians are dying in Ukraine. We should feel sorry. Even if we can't help directly, this is a tragedy for those innocent civilians. Seems all very sensible, all very plain and rational. But then, surprise, twist, Yellowflash admitted he doesn't care about the Ukraine. In fact, using very offensive language, he was basically saying what Hasan was saying, which is, I really don't care about these people. And then to top it off, he deleted the tweet. So, first he was like, I don't really care about these Ukrainians. But then, of course, he understood what he said, and people were starting to attack him, and then he deleted the tweet. So now, of course, he's going to rewrite history, and it's like, Hasan Piker, the left-wing maniacs who hate America and all the white people, they're the evil people. They don't have any sympathy or decency. Why can't they at least feel sorry for these poor Ukrainians? And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Didn't Yellowflash say basically the same exact thing? At least Hasan brought up a very accurate historical comparison. Because like it or not, and this is true, I've studied this very thoroughly, some of the countries that Germany invaded, they welcomed Hitler. They didn't care that they were being occupied. They wanted to be invaded. Now in this case, yes, it's different, but he brought up a good point that, sometimes when European countries are invaded, the invading forces are welcomed. So at least he has a little bit of the history correct. Meanwhile, Yellowflash is just like, I don't really care about these people. But then why is he denouncing these other people if they have the same opinion? And the answer is, of course, they're on the left. He's a right-wing maniac. He makes money demonizing the left, even if he actually shares their same position. So is Yellowflash an Arab? Is he an Arab communist? Is he an Arab socialist? Is he an Arab communist socialist atheist? How could he think such things? And then you realize, yeah, it's just the usual grift over and over and over again. There's no real moral difference between Hasan and his detractors. They're all doing the same thing. They're all just commenting on politics, and sometimes they're bringing very iffy ethics to bear. And if you want to denounce Hasan, that's fine and feel good about it, but he's not alone. He's just being much more brutally honest. Like, he can't erase his tweets or erase his clips. He's too well known. But Yellowflash, magically, despite having hundreds of thousands of subscribers, can just delete tweets, and his sheep, and that's the way to call them, his sheep will just agree, didn't he say this same thing? Didn't he lie to us? They're not going to care. But I want to acknowledge Emu, who caught him, and several other people, but Emu brought this to my attention, so that deserves a lot of acknowledgement here, because I couldn't have done this reporting without that, and I was going to actually concentrate on Hasan himself, but yeah, this is very jarring to see this comparison. So yeah, so maybe Yellowflash is, I guess, in his own demented head, like he honestly thinks Hasan is really evil and he's really good, but logically speaking, ethically speaking, he actually looks a lot worse. At least Hasan has to take a lot of public criticism, and he's not hiding from it. He is responding to critics, maybe not intelligently, but he's responding. But now Yellowflash, I'm sure, is going to deny he ever put out the tweet, even though it's right there, it really happened. There we are on the right-wing hypocrisy side. Thanks for listening.
From the Daily Mail. Now, most sensible people would say, well, that sucks. I hate seeing anybody lose their life. And that's what a sane, normal person would say. From the Daily Mail. Now, most sensible people would say, well, that sucks. I hate seeing anybody lose their life. And that's what a sane, normal person would say.